Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my sweet friend Andy? Well, y'all, I got a story for you this morning. Y'all not gonna believe yesterday afternoon. Alright, so I finally figured out what was keeping my table from pushing backwards. I had the stool behind it. Sucks. I don't know why I was so stupid. I couldn't figure out why my table, I couldn't get it pushed back against the wall. But it actually gave me a lot more space in the. Whoops, that's a chicken. Actually gave me a lot more space in the kitchen now. Oh my god, so much better. Like I could not figure out why, for the love of me, I could not figure out why I could get the table one way, but I couldn't get it the other way. But that table or that stool was underneath the table. And so I wasn't seeing it. And every time I would try to push it, nah, it was just, it was stupid. And then finally I pulled it all out last night and I was like, oh, well, this is part of the problem. So I fixed it. And now the cool thing about that stool is that it folds up now. So after I take the steam cleaner to it and make it a little bit cleaner than what it is, it looks pretty gross. I'm going to fold it up. That's going to become my new travel stool. Oh, thank God, Fred. Oh, thank God. What? Did you miss me? Or did you? Oh, finally, thank God that I figured out how to fix my fucking kitchen. I know, right? Yeah. Anyway, it gave me a little bit more room in here, and that made me happy. And it'll swivel so that if I just slide it over and roll it forward, then the dishwasher connects, and I don't have to worry about it. So, anyway, there was that fun nugget. So, you want to hear about my story from yesterday? So, kind of crazy. So I get in my Jeep yesterday afternoon. Well, this is just before noon. And I decided I'm going to leave the house. Cool. I'm going to go get gas. Awesome. I'm on the phone and I have the dogs and I get the dogs loaded up and all right, let's go. Oh, peanut butter jowls. Yeah, somebody who sounds like that makes so many people's ears bleed. Shit. Sound like she's talking with a mouthful of peanut butter. Oh God, you poor you. Oh well, I'm glad I could save your day. I'm glad I could make your day and save it for you. So as I roll to the end of my driveway, I'm like, well, what the fuck's going on here? There's a sheriff's truck, and then I look down the block, and there's 6 sheriff's trucks. There's 1 town cop and a code enforcement person with a dog kennel in the back. That's a lot of fucking vehicles. And I don't see anybody anywhere for that many fucking vehicles. There was not one officer in their vehicle. They were all out. I don't know whose house they were in. I don't know what house they went to. But as I drove down the street, gawking like a motherfucker, they were nowhere to be seen. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. You don't like listening to peanut butter jowls? Listen, one of you bitches is fucking... one of you is fucking around out here. I woke up to a fucking picture in my... I don't know if it was the aliens. Girl, I don't even know what it was. Because when I come home a couple hours later, there was nobody. Didn't even look like there was all those cops in here. But guess what happened when I got home? Because the adventure didn't stop there. I didn't have anything adventurous on my adventure, but I did drive away. I drove 257 miles yesterday. Oh, and this story has a sad turn too. So just buckle up, motherfuckers. Hey, good morning, Remy. Hey, Salma Blue, good morning. Any missing scientists in my area? No, doesn't seem to be. Doesn't seem to be. So I don't think it had anything to do with the missing scientists. I would dare to say they were prepared because they had, in the code enforcement truck, they had a dog kennel. They had one of them covered dog kennels. Probably sounds like somebody got raided yesterday. Don't know who yet because the paper doesn't come out till Thursday. So we're just going to have to hold on to our fucking britches. This story, that we got to put a pin in that story, is to be continued. Oh, yeah, you betcha, eh? Yup. Oh, yeah, you betcha, eh? Okay. So, number one, as I'm coming home, I get a text message from the farmer that says, was Birdie drinking a lot of water while I was gone? And I had to think about it for a minute. And then I had to respond honestly, and I said, yes, she was, as a matter of fact. She wasn't drinking from the bowl, but I kept catching her drinking from the toilet. And immediately, my phone rang. Our dear, sweet Birdie, our dear, dear, sweet Birdie is not doing well. Birdie is in ketoacidosis. She is now a type 1 diabetic dog. Yep. Birdie is now a type 1 diabetic dog. She's home with Farmer right now. So when he got home, like, I noticed it the day before I left, and I was like, uh-oh, you look a little skinny. Just a little bit. It didn't look like she lost too much. Like, it didn't, to me, look like, but I thought, shit, maybe it's time to worm her. Because, Birdie eats all the things, right? She eats shit out in the pasture. Big Cat brings his dead things, and Birdie eats all the things. So, he said that she was pretty lethargic. And at first he thought it was maybe, she was just relieved that he was home. Because Birdie, that happens with Birdie. Birdie will get, when her dad is gone for too long, Birdie gets a little bit testy, pissy. She misses him. She, I can, they did, Remy. They go through spurts. Plus, you got to remember, they had a whole bunch of treats when I was there. I am the worst at spoiling the dogs. And we have treats for going outside. We have treats for coming inside. We have all that stuff, right? Well, when Farmer got home, he noticed that she looked skinnier. And so he immediately was like, oh shit, rapid weight loss. And my dog, and he's already had one dog that this has happened to, one poodle pointer that this has happened to, and he had cancer. So Farmer was really worried that she had cancer, but it was probably a little bit worse because she's a diabetic now. So she's home. He got her back home from the vet last night. They were able to get her levels up. They had to give her insulin. She's now going to be on insulin twice a day. Now got to work into look into different foods, just blood sugars. Does she have to get Ozempic? Bitch. We are not to that part of the day yet, Remy. We are just not to that part of the day. I don't think, no, she can just have regular old human insulin that you can buy over the counter. Did you know that you can buy human insulin without a prescription? We learned all of that yesterday. So if that wasn't enough, it gets better. Because then I come home I won't. Let's put a pin in that one, Remy. We'll revisit that subject. We'll get there. So, because I want to join in on what you're saying. Uh, you got Charlie's from Walmart. Yes. So we did learn all of that, that you don't have to have a prescription for it. You can use human insulin, glucometers, the whole thing. It'll all work for her. So her dad was ordering her and looking at Chewy and all of the said things. Um, I'm gonna tell him check Walmart. Hang on, I'm gonna text him right now. All right, and we are all reconnected, and I'm back. Thank you for holding. I appreciate that. So, you want to know about the more fun that happened when I got home? I got home, I opened my door, and holy fuck, guess what I was met with? The immense smell of natural gas. Just say no to Ozempic. Um, so it turns out when the property manager showed a real estate agent the apartment, no, not my stove, nope. I opened the laundry room door and like was met with all this immense smell of gas, and I'm like, if that's my fucking stove, I'm gonna be livid. So what my ass do? My ass went into my apartment. Not my apartment. Nothing smelled like gas in there. Put my dogs. Hey Zen, good morning. Put my dogs, made sure they were safe, and was like, So I come out here and I get my neighbor and I'm like, hey, can I borrow your nose? She kind of gives me that strange look like, yeah. And she starts walking over here and she's like, holy shit, there's natural gas. And I said, oh, good. It's not just me smelling it then. And so I'm texting my friend and she's calling the office and we're both telling them there's natural gas. It's not in apartment number 2. It's coming from apartment number 1. Apartment number 1's empty. When they pushed the stove back yesterday, they were standing there talking and they slid the stove back. When they pushed the stove back, apparently that that pushed the little paddle handle and it just fucking opened up the goddamn valve, and natural gas had been pouring out since yesterday afternoon. Good morning, Be Frank. So twice in less than 2 weeks, I could have blown up. Like, I really think I'm going to identify as linoleum blown apart, or we're going to start the Church of Linoleum Blown Apart. Oh my gosh, is right. Be frank, there's still a little linger of gas smell. Yeah, the poor plumber guy had to sit out here till like 9 o'clock with the doors and the windows open, and then was like, "All right, I'm gonna lock it up. I'm gonna leave the windows open." Like, okay, great. So yeah, that was crazy. I'm telling you, that's twice in 2 weeks. The plumbers come and save this place from blowing the fuck up. Fucking ridiculous. I don't know which one of you assholes made this, but I'm really sorry I gotta show it. Yep. The farmer just texted me. We're not out of the woods with Birdie yet. We are not out of the woods. We are still in diabetic ketoacidosis. He just brought her home from the vet so that if anything happens, she's at home with him. I may have to go to the farm today. I thought that when he said she came home last night, that her levels were up, and they're not up yet. Oh, shit. I mean, I knew it was serious. I guess I didn't think it was that serious. I thought because she's so young, I thought maybe she would bounce back a little bit better. Man, that's really crappy for him. That's really crappy for him. Oh, okay. Okay, let me go get the picture, and I don't know which one of you assholes made it, but it got sent to me. I gotta grab the picture real quick. Somebody's got some splaining to do, friends. Hang on. All right. Which one of you assholes did this? It's coming. It's loading. Which one of you assholes did that? So now that's what you chose to use your AI for. So you just made your data center, your local data center, fucking make that and have to waste, I don't know, 300,000 fucking million gallons of water to cool it down because you made that. Motherfuckers, you're killing me over here. Can't leave you fuckers alone at all with any AI capabilities. That's what you chose to use your water cooling on. I think it's supposed to be Melissa. It's got a mullet. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, you didn't see it, Remy? Okay. I don't know. Oh, sorry. The dog's in the middle of that. I don't know which one of you assholes used AI. So that's what you used. That's what you wasted your state's water on. Okay. Oh my God. I just can't even. I just can't even. No, you stay off of there. You stay off of there. I was in McDonald's getting an English muffin. I don't think it does either, but I don't know where it came from. Anyway. So, good morning, what is true? So, today I'm going over to Thermopolis. Yesterday I did my adventure that I needed to do. Got that all taken care of. And still am really curious about why they were 6 deep in my neighborhood. Really curious about that. Gonna have to wait till I read the newspaper. Tried to go see if my county has like the crime graphics and all of that shit. They don't. It's really weird. So I can't exactly. Oh boy, she's on one today. Oh, that chicken must have pissed her off yesterday. Good morning, Tammy. Oh, Get it. You get that chicken. Tell it who's boss. Show it who's boss. Beat that chicken up. Get it. Yeah, you get that chicken. Give that chicken hell. Give that chicken hell. Get that chicken. Oh, now we're going to dig into the couch. She does some of the craziest shit, you guys. Like, the corner of the couch. Oof, they didn't even give you cream for your coffee. They shorted me on some hot mustard sauce the other day. I was pretty pissed. I was grateful I had a couple extras at home in the fridge already built up in my stockpile, but wasn't too happy I had to already use them. Like, that's for the stockpile. She's so weird. She digs in my couch. I put that on there so she wouldn't get to the actual furniture, and then she's going to come out and she's going to look like she's a static cling ball. You can add butter to the coffee, yeah. I suppose you're already down the road. I know, that's the apocalypse mustard, bitches. Not the apocalypse mustard. Who the hell are you? Why didn't you give me my 2 hot mustards, and now I had to get my apocalypse mustard out? So yes, today I'm finally going to go finish cleaning up my mess. My back feels pretty good. I didn't overdo it yesterday. I really took it easy the day before that. So I did not, like, I was a little tender, but I think we're going to be okay. So I'm going to go over and get Christmas, and I'm going to take my totes, and if I have to, I will haul individual armloads of shit and throw it in a tote and put it in the back of my Jeep. And then I have somebody that's going to meet me. I don't know, Fred. That's not my forte. Maybe we could find some of those missing scientists and you could ask them. And that means I get to get my present from What Is True and Doodles. Because those 2 boxes are at my house. Hi, sis. Hi, sis. How are you? And we're going to get poster board today, because we're going to put these fucking little tiles up whether I want to or not. It's just going to get put up. I don't know if I would say I'm feeling better, but yes, Andy. Yes, I will text you. I will text you. Ooh, What Is True? I'm so excited to see what I got. I'm so excited. It was hard because yesterday I wanted to go do that. I wanted to flip-flop my days, but I had to be there. I have to be there today to Thermopolis. I wanted to go yesterday, but instead I went like 260 miles in the opposite direction. So, ooh, I'm so excited for my new blanket. So yeah, so whichever bitch decided to put the fucking pin in my voodoo doll and think that they were going to get me blown up or wreck on the highway or something like that, you can really take the pin out. And if you were the one that put the pin in for the dog that I care for, please take that pin out too. She's struggling. Assholes. I know one of you creepy fuckers has a voodoo doll and sticking pins in it. You're not going to tell me otherwise. Okay, now can we move on to the Ozempic portion of our joke fest? There's going to be a lot of women out here that are constipated and nauseated. Oh, they're going to be miserable bitches. But that's okay. Do the GLP-1, melt the weight off, and then as soon as it's off, stop the shot, and then all the weight will come right back. You're a lot better if you do diet and exercise modification and set yourself up. You're going to set yourself up for success if you... Oh, wait, hold on. Pause. Pin that up right now. Okay, let's bitch about the coffee. This sucks. Good morning, Simba. How are you, my love? How's Mrs. Simba, too? Are you guys frozen up there? You're starting to thaw out. Listen, it doesn't matter if it's GLP-1s. It's not just, let's not just hit it at Ozempic. I mean, there's many forms of GLP-1s, and they all have the same consequences. You are setting yourself up for gastroparesis. I mean, I don't know. I think this is kind of similar. Yes, it's all of them. It's not just, we're not just, it's all the way across the board. It's something that can happen with GLPs. And I don't think there's enough women or men that are taking those that realize that that can become a side effect and a consequence of being on a GLP-1. This also reminds me of about, I don't know, 10 years ago when everybody was going and getting the gastric bypass, when there was a big push on that. And it just reminds me of that. And I look at my friends that did that and where they are now, and most of them are about, they're nowhere near as skinny as they were at the beginning, but they're not as heavy as they were before the surgery. Well, Remy, they're not supposed to tell the results of what is in your drug test. But, I mean, that is something to consider, that if you do work someplace and they have screenings, it's going to show. And they're going to know that you're on it, even though you're trying to keep it quiet. But, I don't know. I just think that rather than running right out and being given a GLP, oh, the Simbas, I love you guys. Ooh, nice. It's an issue, yeah. I don't know. I think that people need to do a little bit more research into it. They need to maybe put some things in place before starting the shot so that your body is already set to the routine, eating the small meals, because I've heard it is. I have 3 friends that are on the GLP-1, 3 real life friends that are on it, and they spent 3 months, almost 3 months in bed. Almost 3 months in bed, their first 3 months. It made them so fucking sick. Apparently there's a class walking down the street. A bit zesty. Yeah, Tammy, I'm not doing GLP-1. Hell fucking no for this girl. Go ahead. ahead and take GLP-1s. I'm not. That's a no for me. Listen. I was offered it. I was offered it a year ago. I was offered it a year and a half ago. I was offered it 6 months ago. I said no, thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate it, but no thanks. I saw what it did to my two friends. And now my third is just starting it. And like, I think she poops like every 5 days. I'm sorry, but that in and of itself, your body's designed to excrete waste like every day. Once every 5 days, oof. Imagine how much toxicity is building up inside of you. You're legitimately like, ugh. What, you want down? You want up or down? What do you want? Make up your mind. What do you want? You want it down? No. Not. Okay. Oh. It's going to be one of those days. She don't know if she wants up or down. Yes, Remy. Go get a colonic. I don't know. I think it's really for like a month with Trulicity. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Simba. Yeah, no, I don't know. I just think that there's that too, Remy. That's something like I don't think many women realize that perimenopause is starting at 37 years old is the average age for perimenopause. What is true, I'm with you on that. I'm absolutely with you on that. They do not know what the effects of this are going to do to people 5, 10, 15 years down the road. We don't know if this is setting people up for colon cancer. We don't know if it's setting them up for rectal cancer. You just don't know. You don't know. Premenopause, Fred. It's, the time period where like your hormones are first starting to not be as strong as they once were, and you're having all of the premenopausal symptoms. It's before menopause. It's the first time, Fred, that your wife turns around and says, you know what, motherfucker? I am going to throw this pot at your head. Yes. Or she just flips around at the sink and throws a fucking coffee cup at your head. Yes. That would be perimenopause. Looking for a new doctor. Yeah. That, Remy, that's the biggest one right there. How about we check our hormones before we go and hop on a fucking weight loss shot that could potentially have some long-lasting effects on the body that nobody even knows what those long-lasting effects could potentially be. Yeah, let's talk about getting hormones regulated. Little hormone replacement therapy, whether they're bioidentical, because 9 times out of 10, regulating your sleep cycle, making sure that within your first 2 hours of waking up, you have no coffee, you have ice water, so that your cortisol spikes, comes back down. Yeah. Oh shit. Are hillbillies considered a protected class? I am offended hearing certain creators calling hillbillies stupid hillbillies. I am from West Virginia and 100% hillbilly. Oh, Tammy, I was wondering about that. I've been hearing that word being tossed around a little bit. I was wondering if somebody was going to get, I was wondering if somebody was going to have a little offense to hearing that word thrown around in a negative connotation. Well, Tammy, I'm sorry that it offended you. I get what you're saying. I understand that you do not want your people used as a negative connotation. And Mrs. Simba needs 20 more subs to go live. Okay, drop her link, Simba. Oh, I don't know though. Wait, hold on. Like, you do realize the hell that I go through over here. I don't know if you want any of those assholes over in Mrs. Simba's chat. They're a bunch of assholes. But you can drop her link. See if you can get 20 out of these assholes. Maybe you'll get 29. Again, Tammy, I'm really sorry that happened. I'm sorry that you were offended, and I'm sorry you thought it was a slight to your roots, and I'm really sorry that that happened. Yeah, that won't matter, Simba. Just the fact that she's friends with me. Name and shame them, Tammy. Name and shame them. Oh, that's her @ tag, baby. You need the link. But if you want to sub up to Mrs. Simba, you can type in at Mrs. Simba USA. I don't know, Selma. I think they just think that they're words. So. Yeah, there's that. What is true? You identify as a misfit. I don't. I don't know how to do a link on here, Simba. I can't. I don't have a type box, so. Who are you going to file a complaint with, though? That's the thing. Hmm. Hey, it looks blue to me, Simba. Maybe you got it. Oh, with YouTube. Well, I mean, you could. We don't know how well those things work, right? We know what everybody says about them. Oh, yes, be frank. Birdie is sick. Birdie is currently in diabetic ketoacidosis. Okay, so as I was coming home yesterday, be frank, the farmer texted me. The farmer texted me and asked if Birdie had been drinking a lot of water while he was gone. And I said, yes. She wasn't drinking from the bowl. However, she was drinking from the toilet, and she would drain the toilet like 5 times a day. And I finally just closed the lid on the toilet and then closed the bathroom door because I thought she was just being annoying. Because sometimes Birdie just can be a shit. And when the farmer got home, he looked at her, and she had a definite weight loss on her. And she was pretty lethargic yesterday morning. He got home. What did he get home? I got home on Friday. So Saturday, Birdie was like really high energy. and did really good with her dad. Sunday, he noticed that he's like, she really looks skinny. And like he had been gone for 8 or 9 days. Plus he had been gone for the week before that. So he hadn't seen her a lot other than pictures that I had been sending him. And I had noticed when I got ready to leave, I was like, damn, she looks a little skinny. And I had sent him a message and said, hey, we might need to worm the dogs. Bird looks a little skinny. I'm thinking maybe she's got worms. So he wormed her on Monday. By Monday night, she was completely lethargic, quit drinking, quit eating, and was just shut way down. So Tuesday morning, he took her to the vet where they did blood work, and they found out she is a type 1 diabetic, and she's in diabetic acidosis, ketoacidosis right now. And she's not out of the woods yet. I just talked to him a few minutes ago. He texted me. She's not out of the woods yet. We still have to get her. She's on a special insulin right now. And still pretty lethargic. And so he's got a special insulin that he's giving her twice a day right now. And he's checking her sugars and trying to get her to eat and drink. So, and you know, the only thing that I noticed with her that was way different, she had the goopiest fucking eyes. Like, she'd come up and she'd lay her head on your lap, and I mean, she'd just have these big, crazy eye boogers. And that's why I made her stop drinking out of the toilet, even though I clean the toilet every day. I was afraid that maybe she had picked something up in the toilet, and then I hauled her in and scrubbed her face down real good because... Anyway, so Bird is not out of the woods yet. Birdie's not out of the woods yet. And she's in ketoacidosis, which is not a good thing. So I hope she gets well. That one's going to be a really hard hit on him if something happens to Bird. That's going to hit him hard. Really hard. He loves that dog. That's why he bought that house, is for that dog. So, okay, Nunya says, speaking of the weight loss shot, I've wanted to do it so bad because I've struggled with it all my life, but I just can't do that. I'm just too scared. People have a lot of success, though. You are right on that, Nunya. There are people that do have good success on that. I don't know. I've seen good and bad. I have a couple of friends that have immediately had, within a month and a half, they've had to stop because they can't handle all of it. Jim Jules. Oh, you guys, if you see Jim Jules around, it's her birthday today. Tell her happy birthday. Jim Jules and I have had a lot of discussions about this. This is part of what Jim Jules does, right? Jim Jules helps clients with exercise, meals, the whole scheduling, the whole nine, right? And we've had a lot. Oh, what is true? That's a great tip. Has high blood sugar, the bags under their eyes is sugar pooling under the eyes. Shows up as bags, and it's a sign just like extreme thirst and peeing. Wow. I did not know that. Yeah. Well, and that's the problem with the GLP-1s is that So you have to, they're burning your fat at the same time. And you have to uh, be exercising, moving, all of that so that you don't lose too much of your muscle mass. The other question I have about this, especially if people are menopausal, what is this going to do to your bone density? Because a major weight loss, especially in your menopausal years, can affect your bone density. What's that going to do to you when you're 80? And, Fred brought up Kelly Osborne. I mean, God, she looks beautiful at 85 pounds. Oh, yeah, look at Melissa McCartney. Look at how fast she dropped the weight and got skinny. Adele. Miranda Lambert. Lainey Wilson. It does, Tammy. It does. Oh, did you guys listen to Deets last night? If you didn't, you might want to. I know it's super unpopular, but for everybody that's thinking there's a strike force and all that bullshit, seriously, go watch what Deets put out last night. It's a little eye-opening and shocking. Nanya, I mean, you see the end, but you don't know what the struggle was. That's the one thing people don't talk about, is how hard it was being on it. Oh, it's a good live. It's full of information and full of information. YouTube's really changing things up on the platform. I was listening while I was attempting to air everything out. Oh, I'm sure you can find the bad ones, Nanya. You just got to look for them. I'm really sure you can find the Ozempic horror stories or like OV horror stories. I'm sure that you can find them out there. I just think before everybody just goes and jumps on a bandwagon, that there should be more research and understand that what works for one person may not work for another person, and the side effects can be wicked, and you have to make diet and lifestyle modifications that if you're going to do this and commit to something like this, you need to already have your diet and lifestyle modifications in place. Well, that's what I was told anyway, by a medical professional. Like, if this is what you want to do, then your diet and lifestyle modifications need to be put in place before you start this so that you can continue all of that while you're on it, and then it becomes your new lifestyle once you're off of it. Because if you go back to eating the way you did before the shot, post the shot, you're going to put everything back on. Good morning, Doodles. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Doodles, I have sad news to report. Sweet Birdie Girl is a type 1 diabetic dog now. It seems this last hitch, Birdie's system kind of crashed. She's not out of the woods. She has diabetic ketoacidosis right now and is on special meds to get her levels back up, and will now have to have insulin twice a day. You know, Andy, that's a huge one. Portion control, nutritional values, what you're putting in, walking, committing to walking an hour twice a day. Tammy, listen with you. Listen, I agree with what you're saying. I understand how it hurts your heart. And you're gonna do what you need to do so that you feel better about it. And I understand. I know, Doodles. That's exactly what I said. Her dad texted me yesterday as I was just getting home and said, "Hey, did Birdie drink a lot of water while I was gone?" And I had to tell him yes, because she was drinking out of the toilet. She wasn't drinking out of her dog dish. She was drinking out of the toilet. Said I thought it was weird, but I thought maybe just you had started something new with her. And I was just super grossed out because she put her head in the fucking toilet. And, you know, her little beard. And then she comes and lays her head on everybody. And I'm like, oh God, it's a toilet head. I was more worried about like the germs in her beard than realizing what was going on. Well, I understand what Tammy's saying. It's a hurtful statement to say, especially when that's the area of the country that Tammy comes from. I understand completely. And I'm really sorry that it was said. I'm sorry that it hurt your heart. I'm very sorry. No, and I understand. I get at what you're meaning. It was said as a comment, and I understand it. It wasn't said directly to you, but it's still not nice. It's not respectful. It's none of those things. So, and Doodles, guess what? Going to Thermop today. Guess what that means? When I get home this afternoon, we're opening presents. Opening presents. Oh, I hope my sweet birdie girl. I hope my sweet birdie girl comes out of this. She was just turning into the greatest fucking dog. Finally getting over her ridiculousness. God, she's a hunter. Oh, is she a bird dog? My super sweet birdie girl. I'm gonna go get. If Tammy's a hillbilly, the world needs more hillbillies. I agree with that. The world needs more people like Tammy. I agree with that. My goodness. If more people were like Tammy, we wouldn't have everybody typing in here about all of our opinions because our fingers would be covered in flour and dough and we would be making sourdough and we would be too busy cooking in our kitchens. Oh, and Doodles, guess what? So when I got home and I was on the phone with the farmer, going over what was going on with Birdie and getting the rundown on it, guess what? Opened my door. Guess what smell I was met with? Natural gas. So I left the door to the laundry room open and was like, well, fuck, that probably isn't from the fucking hot water heater. Because that's what I had thought when I'd smelled it when I'd walked out yesterday morning, because I had just run the hot water. And so that's a little room and the hot water heater's out there. And I thought, well, okay, maybe from the hot water heater firing up, you're going to have a little residual gas smell. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but I could smell it a little bit, All right, no big deal. So, of course, I leave and I'm gone 5 hours. I come home, open that door, and I'm like, holy shit, I should not smell that much gas in here. So I left the door open, and my neighbor across the way was outside because her dog got sick in her car. And so she had to come home and clean her car. The dog choked himself to death, legitimately. He choked the shit out of himself. She got her leash wrapped around the shifter and like choked herself so much that she shit and puked in the car. Anyway, she was cleaning her car out when I got home. And so I'm like, hey, can I borrow your nose? So she kind of gives me this really crazy look and she walks over and she's like, oh shit, that's natural gas. And I'm like, okay, I just wanted to confirm that somebody else can smell it. Right. So I'm texting my friend. I'm like, hey, I just got home, opened the laundry room door. This is what I smell. It's not in my apartment. I think it's coming from number one. Number one's locked. There was somebody in there yesterday. I don't know what was going on. Whatever. And I get no response back. I wait. I get no response. They've been read. They're just no response. So I call. No response. And so she calls the office, which I don't have that number. I need to get it. She calls the office, gets put into a receptionist. Receptionist has to take everything down and then has to call. Then calls us back. And they send the plumber over. So yesterday, when the realtors were in there, they pushed the stove back. When they pushed the stove back, they hit the knob for the gas. And as they pushed that stove back, it just opened that fucking gas line knob up. Twice now. That's twice. In less than a month. This fucking house tried to blow up. Twice. I don't think I have any more lives left. I'm pretty sure that I just burned 2 lives. And as a cat that's 50, there's not a lot of more lives left after that. Ooh, shit. Even better than that, Doodles, when I left yesterday, I opened my door and I looked out and I was like, oh, why is there a sheriff's deputy sitting there? Why is there? Well, there's no deputy in the truck. It's just the truck. Oh, well, that wasn't the only truck. There were 6 of them. There were 5 more to the left of that truck. And a code enforcement vehicle and 1 town cop. But the rest were all the sheriff's department. Somebody had a really bad day yesterday, and it wasn't me. I don't, Nunya. You know what I would recommend? Make an appointment with a nutritionist. If you've got insurance, make an appointment with a nutritionist. See if you can find a nutritionist online. That's where I'd start. If I was looking to make all of those changes, that's where I'd start. So, funny story. My neighbor says to me after everything was all said and done and we were standing there talking, and she's like, Jesus Christ, that's twice. I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's twice. She says, girl, I thought you were going to have me come over here and see if it smelled like pot. I started laughing. I was like, she's like, I was just going to tell you, you'll be okay. It's fine. It's not going to bother you. I'm like, no, I know what that smells like, and I don't have a problem with that. But I wanted to confirm that this was natural gas. Ooh, the doctors can hook you up with a nutritionist. Good morning, Spitfire. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Look at everybody being so helpful. And listen, if you're on a weight loss journey, I wish you the best, but I hope that you look at every aspect and avenue that you have and understand that in order to lose weight, hey, good morning, Candace. In order to lose weight, it's all about the diet and lifestyle modifications that you make. So, well, I mean, I'm drinking coffee with cream and sugar in it, so I mean, it's fine. I'm not looking to lose any weight. Hell no, fat people are harder to kidnap. Fuck that. Listen, I quit doing all the other bad things. Leave me and my food consumption the fuck alone. I'll stay fat. The rest of you, the rest of you can go on the shot and not poop and be miserable and be sick to your stomachs and not be able to poop and not have any energy and have wicked headaches and the whole nine. I don't really give two fucks what B Tim likes, Fred. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. I'll drink the water, but I ain't eating no fucking celery. Fuck that. You know what we're gonna cook today for food? You know what we're gonna cook later when we come back to open presents? We're gonna have gut bombs. I was over the moon excited when I went to the grocery store yesterday after getting back to town. They had pierogies in the frozen department. They had pierogies. They had pierogies. They had bacon. The bacon that cooks up the best, the kind of thin bacon, it was only $3.99 a package. So I got bacon. I got pierogies. I got sour cream. I got an onion. And man, I found one of the good onions. All the onions were looking. You guys, are your onions in your stores looking really peaked gross? Ooh, ooh, fiber. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm just gonna keep on with what I'm doing. I don't mind. All my clothes fit. Yes, and you have to use them right away, right, B Frank? That's exactly what I plan on doing with these, Candace. So I boil them first, and then I put them in the um, and then I put them into the bacon grease and the onion and the bacon and all of that. Uh, Doodles, she got super lethargic. Oh my god, I homemade pierogies are the best. We call them Russian gut bombs, is what we've always called them. Somebody want to make some Russian gut bombs? Anyway, but that was because of the little old lady that had the recipe. She was from Russia. So when he got home, Doodles, he looked at Birdie and he saw that she'd lost some weight. And that sometimes he had another dog. What is a pierogi? Pierogies are potato stuffed dumplings. Here, these are pierogies. These are pierogies. It's like dough with cheddar potatoes stuffed inside of it. And you throw them in some boiling water and let them boil. And then you throw them in a pan with a little bit of bacon grease. And you kind of get them a little crisp on the edges. Anyway, those are pierogies. Oh, and we did find this. I did find this. So, seeing as how the Dr. Pepper was such a flop, we will try the A&W root beer cotton candy. Here, everybody's talking about losing weight, and I'm over here buying bags of cotton fucking candy. Yes, I think that just looked way too good not to have. You know, the Dr. Pepper, you had to get over the flavor of the coloring in it. Once you were able to get past the coloring flavor, then the cotton candy wasn't so bad. It was like after your third or fourth bite. Okay, so back to my story with Doodles. So when he got home, Doodles, he noticed that she had had a rapid weight loss. I didn't notice it because I saw her every day, and he was very grateful that he had been gone and was able to see that. That coupled with, I guess she started drinking like a camel again. And then she got super lethargic Monday night. So Tuesday morning, he took her to the vet, and he was afraid it was cancer. He had another dog another poodle pointer that this happened to. And he came home and Jake was he'd been gone at a training, and he come home and Jake was just half the size that he was. And so he was automatically thinking cancer, and it turned out that Bird is a type 1 diabetic. But her levels came up a little bit last night. Like sudden onset. Yep. And because that was the same thing I said. I'm like, Farmer, like, we've always fed good food. She's always had a high protein, good food. She gets plenty of exercise. And he's like, you're thinking type 2 diabetes. This could have been something that she was born with, and as she aged, it came on. Hey, if you guys see Jim Jules today, it's her 40th birthday. Tell her happy birthday. He was grateful that it wasn't cancer, but it's just as bad because she's not out of the woods yet. Her levels are still low. So, like I said, it took him a couple of days to realize something was going on, because like the first day that he's home, she's always really like lots of energy, high energy, and springing around and all of that. And then he wormed her, and then that night after he wormed her, she got really lethargic and she quit eating and drinking, and she just laid around. So Yeah, and that's what I said. I told him, I'm like, okay, so we start checking her blood sugars and we give her insulin every 12 hours, and it's a automatic thing. And we make sure that, I mean, we may have to change her diet, so we may have to cook for her. He's like, I'm like, like the ex-wife did for Sue. And he's like, yeah, but Sue didn't have any dietary restrictions. That's just what the ex-wife does. And I said, right. And we can do the same thing for Bird. We can do the same damn thing for her. She can have a mixture of brown rice and spinach and turkey and vegetables, and we can make her a whole little meal all on her own. Anyway, so if you can send some good thoughts to a dog, please send some good thoughts to Birdie and the farmer, who's not 70, and I don't live with him. But listen, if something were wrong with me, I would want the farmer involved in my health care. It's kind of what the farmer does. It's kind of the farmer's business. So I would want him taking care of me if anything happened to me. As a matter of fact, he'll be involved in my back surgery process. So Bird's really his best friend. You know what is true? I agree with that. I agree with that. And I think some people think it's a quick fix, and it's not. The shots will be once everything settles down and she comes out of this Doodles. She'll have shots every 12 hours. She'll have to have her insulin every 12 hours. My question is, what happens if she's active? What happens if she has an adrenaline surge? Like, what happens if Birdie gets back to feeling good and then what happens if Birdie gets back to feeling good and then goes out to chase squirrels? Is that going to knock her sugar down? What happens if Birdie gets excited? Is that going to knock her sugar down? So it's going to be a learning program, a learning process with her. Yeah, we will have to check her blood sugar 2 or 3 times a day. He went and got a glucometer last night, so he's on top of all of that. Like I said, that's his business. Healthcare is his business. Thank you, Spitfire. I'm just worried if she doesn't pull through, what it's going to do to him. That's 2 dogs in 2 years that he would lose. And his mom. Oh, I don't want to think about it. So it's going to be a whole new ball game. B. Frank, that's something that was one of the things doing research last night. I mean, we were sending so many articles back and forth to one another. Good morning, Sienna Lou. I don't know yet. We don't know what is true right now. She's not even out of the woods, so that's down the road still. When I didn't take into consideration, how old is she? She's 5. She's 5. No, he's not a vet, but healthcare is his business. Humans, not exactly animals. Yeah, filthy animal. Maybe. So when he told me last night that he had her home, I thought that maybe her levels were back up to normal because that's why he brought her home. No, he brought her home so in case anything happened and she didn't make it through the night, she was at home. So she's still in acidosis. Which that can affect kidneys, that can affect eyes. Well, it's like that. Ugh. Yes, positive thoughts for Birdie and Farmer. The heart, yep. It affects everything. Oh. Oh. And I bet it's scary to see her so weak. Because Birdie's been a ball of fire since the day he brought her home. I think I showed you guys this picture the other day. Where's it at? That was Birdie when she first came home to the farm. The farm used to have that color green carpet. The house had that color carpet in it. Was taken in the living room. That was Birdie. That was Gus. Gus was so proud that day of Birdie. He was like, "Look, I got a little sister." She was a fucking fireball as a baby. Oh my God, she was into everything. Everything. Yep. Look at their little feetsies. Birdie was into everything and she destroyed everything. My sandals that I wear, the fucking dog chewed on the back of them. They were on my foot. She was sitting underneath my foot. I thought she was chewing on a toy. I looked down and she's chewed the back of my sandal off. Oh, what is true? That's so kind of you. Oh, you guys, I want to show you something. My cousin's wife. Look. My cousin's wife got to meet a capybara. So she's the head of the raptor program, and she got to go to the Kansas Zoo and do some behind the scenes programming. And so she got to meet a capybara. Look at her. I love capybaras. They both kind of have the same look on their face. Oh my God, I want one too. I know, I want one too. And look, she got to feed the leopard. Oh, I guess you guys can't see the picture. She got to feed the leopard. There's the leopard. And there's the leopard's murder mittens. She got to feed the giraffe. She also got to pet the baby rhino. She had to wait her turn, though. That's Brandon, her employee. Brandon got to pet the rhino. So fucking exciting. She got to, you guys, she got to pet the baby hippo, the big hippo. She got to pet a penguin. She got to work with the penguins. Oh my God. She uploaded 300 fucking photos. But she knew that I liked the capybaras. And so she sent me those. And of course, she's always known about she's always been mildly offended by my theory about wanting to hunt a giraffe to see if its neck flops when you shoot it. But of course, she had to send me a picture of her feeding the giraffe. Giraffes are friends, not food. Yeah, you're also, oh well. Well, look at that. Yeah. If you had a leopard, you'd send it hunting. So yeah, she's the head of the raptor program. She cares for, what do they have? They have owls, and they have eagles, and they have hawks, and they have turkey vultures, and there's all kinds of birds that she cares for. And they did a zoo swap to learn about like enrichment programs for the animals and new enclosures and programmings for the visitors. So I'm going to haul this box in, and then I just got a message that said, "Hey, we're over here at the shed. Where are you?" I'm like, still at home in my robe. Huh. So I guess my helpers are at the shed, so I probably should go get my ass dressed and get in the car and drive over. Well, they got 32 miles for me to wait for me, so they got half an hour. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. And whatever you do, don't let anybody affect it, right? Oh my God, these boxes are heavy. Oof. Don't let anybody affect. Oh Jesus, I stepped on a chicken. Anyway, I will see you guys later, and I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll be back here later this evening to make gut bombs and open packages. I won't open them until we get everybody together. So there's 2 right there. So there's some more coming. Anyway, like I said, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you guys around. Keep Birdie in your thoughts. Bye, guys.